Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 505, or welcome back for a lovely viewer. Today is going to be an epic video for me because it's one of my all-time favorite albums, and this is the sixth episode of me and Jason from Jason the Old Millennials, right on the right there. It's our sixth episode of the Kinks series. This is their sixth studio album. And joining us today is a good friend, Scott from Sound Lab Studios. Last of the steam powered Walters. Funny little nickname. Jason, you have anything you want to say about this album before we start reviewing it?
No, just that it's a very hyped up album that I've been looking forward to getting to.
How about you, Scott?
I got the record.
Cool.
Awesome.
We are the Village Green Preservation Society.
Let's get into. Well, for me, before we get into this is one of my all-time favorite albums. This album means so much to me. This is like very personal. So I'm not obviously I'm not going to be like a jerk if anyone disagrees with me. I'm not like that. You know, that's what's great about music. It's very subjective. But yeah, this is this is my second favorite album of all time. So I'm excited to talk about it. Let's read the one comment before we begin, though. Hats off to the guy doing the live this morning.
Oh,
yes,
boy.
this is my third video today.
Yeah.
Well, this isn't my third video because I did some of my top 100 albums videos today.
Right. Yeah.
And I would say, like, in terms of collaborations, this is my third video for today. So, yeah. After this video, I'm doing a video with Adam from What the Gym, and after that, I'm got a little bit of a break to, just a little bit of a break.
You need a break, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get lunch after this. But
Me too, yeah.
we've been wanting to do the review on this album for a long time now.
Yes.
In fact, I've been wanting to do a review on it on my channel since like before you guys even were on the reviews portion.
Okay.
But it just never happened because some other people didn't like the album very much.
Yeah, it was a shame because this is one of the greatest albums of all time. Well, none of that. Lollygagging. We're gonna start reviewing this thing now. First song on the album is the Village Green Preservation Society.
It was a great opening song. It's one of my favorite on the album. It's such a fun pop song. Yeah, it's just got a great sound to it and very catchy. Definitely one that stays with you, I think.
I really like this song. It's extremely catchy. That opening, like boom, 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 and then they come in. We are the Village Green Preservation Society. This song is so British. It's not even,
very British.
It's insanely British. But I think that's really what I like about this album is just kind of the British feel to it. Like it's like you feel like you should be listening to it on a lazy Sunday afternoon in your conservatory with a glass of tea or a cup of tea.
I think this song's really good. One of my all-time favorite album openers. It's like in my top 5 favorite album openers of all time, along with of course with Armenia City in the Sky. That's up there with that. Just opens you up really well. It just lets you know how the album's gonna be. It's just like a great welcome letter to you, and really, really good. This is right away. We're starting off with top shelf Kinks material,
and the lyrics are hilarious.
Yeah, God Save Donald Duck, Vaudeville Variety, and then like
my favorite part is the one where it's like, we are the Sherlock Holmes English speaking vernacular. God save Fu Manchu, Moriarty, and Dracula.
And then like one of them's the lyrics are on the back of here. God save Strawberry Jam and all the different varieties. We are the Draft Beer Preservation Society. God save Mrs. Pop and good old Mother Riley. It's just like good it's like great lyrics. It's like great witty lyrics from Ray Davies. He's
Yeah,
just he's one of my all-time favorite songwriters, and this song's just one of the reasons why.
yeah.
God save Donald Duck.
Old Bill
Uh,
and
he,
Righty.
he seems to have a lot of fun with these songs for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the whole album is supposed to be like a kind of concept of this
it's a concept about
village in England or something.
it's
I
a
don't know.
concept. This is a concept about Muswell and how like because there was places that was trying to get destroyed. They kind of tackled that with Muswell Hillbillies a little bit more, but they really because they were starting to destroy like what's a good way to describe it? Monuments, like stuff that like really meant something to him, and
Okay.
it was starting to look back at how things were before it became popular and all that, and just this was like more of like a let's look back at how things used to be kind of thing,
Yeah.
and like just like British life in the village.
Yeah. It seemed like British life. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like the last album kind of dealt with that with
Yeah.
something else by the Kinks, like Waterloo Sunset would have been perfect on this. Like this,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Waterloo Sunset kind of started that, but this is like them like sort of like making it realized, and I think it's perfect and really good song.
Waterloo Sunset. That's an amazing song. That album, Something Else by the Kinks, is a great album.
Yes. Next song on the album. Do you remember Walter?
Maybe.
I don't remember, but no.
I am the last of the steam-powered Walters.
I thought this was another really good song. I thought it was another top song on the album. Yeah, talking about somebody named Walter, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of like the first song. I thought it was just a really fun pop song. Like the first four songs are just really good in my opinion. They all kind of was like, wow, these just one really good one after another. Again, I think this is a fun pop album.
This song reminds me a lot of Mr. Blue Sky by the Electric Light Orchestra. When it starts out with the piano, it's like boom, 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 Walter. Walter. I don't know, that it's really catchy with that. And then I really like the chorus where they're like Dave Davies comes in with the guitar and it gets a little heavier. Do you remember Walter? Walter was my man. Look, Ray Davies has such a unique singing voice.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you could never mistake him for another person. That's how unique it is. I think the song's freaking amazing. Yeah, this song's about a guy named Walter. He didn't know him. He was like a high school friend of his, but like the song describes, they sort of fell apart. Not fell apart, but they sort of just separated. And when they came back together, it just wasn't quite the same as it was when they were younger. And my favorite line from the song is, "You will be fat and merry, and you'll be past by 6." It's just like, you're not the same guy I used to know. And it's like my favorite line is, "People often change, but memories of people still remained." It's just like,
that's a good line.
Oh, it's just like, that's like, it's a great line. I think Ray Davies is just a great pop singer. He's probably my second favorite writer from the British Invasion, only behind Pete Townsend of The Who. But in terms of like making like great lyrics and like storytelling, yeah, this is a great song.
I just noticed that the Kinks logo on our albums are different.
Oh yeah, because this is a UK version. This is like a UK version, and that's the US version.
Oh, okay.
Well, this isn't like an original by any means because it's like stupidly expensive. This is like a remaster. This is like, yeah, this is the UK version of the album cover, which is weird. Next song on the album. By the way, there's no hit songs on this album, just to let you know, Jason.
Right, yeah.
This is an all deep cuts album, no hit songs.
Yeah.
Next song on the album is Picture Book, and the reason why I mentioned this would have been a perfect hit song from the album.
This should have been a hit song. I can't
I
believe
think
this
it was kind of a minor hit.
Was it?
Thinking about it.
On the UK.
In the UK.
Charted slightly. Picture book, pictures of your brother.
It was released as a single, but it did not.
A Scooby Dooby Wah.
What do you guys think of this song, though?
All these. Okay, here's what I have to say: is all these songs are just so fun.
They're fun, yeah. I love this song. It's one of my favorite Kinks songs I've heard. It's so fun. It's fun to listen to. The lyrics are great as you're listening to it, and it's so catchy. Oh, it's so great and catchy. And you're singing along there, and I just love the picture book, and it's like, and it changes. I guess every line it feels like it changes. Like because I remember it's like photos of your mama taken by your papa, and it just flows so well, the lyrics, and yeah. And it's funny because they go picture book and then they do the line and then they go back and they sing picture book like a little step higher, and it's like picture book, like they go real high on it. I'm like, oh, that's cool how they did that. And I swear there's a line about picture of you in your birthday suit or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I thought it was a funny line. Like, but it's just talking about different pictures, like I guess of.
So I guess what this song is talking about is how when you look at pictures when you're younger, you see the world through more innocent eyes. But it's like even when you're young and innocent, it's like things are still going on because like there's something about where it's like you see a picture of your uncle, but he was out drinking with his friends or something like that. And it's like you think when you're younger, like the world was so innocent, but you look back and like
Right.
stuff was still happening back then.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is an amazing song on the album. I don't know what my top 5 is going to be. I might just not say there is a top 5 because all 15 of these songs are just, to me, top shelf Kinks songs. That's how good this album is to me. I love this album so much, and this is one of many reasons why this album's so good. Next song on the album, Johnny Thunder.
Johnny Thunder runs like lightning. Just singing these songs is so fun. It's a fun album.
Yeah, this is another really good song on the album, and I like it so much because of that part of the song, because it kind of sings soft, and then all of a sudden they'll hit you with like a really loud. They'll all of a sudden hit you really hard, and it's always thunder and lightning, and then they hit you, and you're like, holy cow! Like they really hit me on that lightning part, but it's so catchy and it's so fun when they do that. And they do that a couple times in the album on the song on different parts where they'll just bum 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 bum, and you're like, ooh, like that was cool. Yeah, it's another really good one on the album.
I love this song so much. I get such a warm feeling listening to this album. I don't know. Even though I have no nostalgia of what they're talking about, I just get such a good feeling while listening to this. It's like I'm like in that innocent times where Ray Davies is. It takes me to another world, and such a great song. I love it so much. Next song on the album. This is probably their most bluesiest rocking song on this album. Blast of the Steam-Powered Trains.
Okay, so I have something to say about this song.
Sure.
Is it just fair that this song kind of sound like Creedence Clearwater Revival?
Okay.
It gives me Creedence Clearwater Revival vibes, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that harmonica vibe is kind of reminiscent of Run Through the Jungle almost, or Suzy Q or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah, Run Through the Jungle.
The feeling of it. I think
I'm the last of the steam-powered trains.
I think this came before Creed's Clearwater Revival, though.
It was, which is interesting. That came out first.
Yeah.
I can imagine this not being one of your favorites, Jason.
It's one of my least favorite on the album. It's the bluesiest song on here, and it just after the first 4 were so great, and then you get to this one, I'm like, oh man, like they kind of went off the flow of the album, I guess for me, and Not terrible, but it's just I don't care for the bluesy side of it. Yeah, which probably tell you what I think about CCR's first album when we get to
Oh,
I personally really like this track. Such great jamming from a band that normally isn't really does that. So
Right.
yeah, this is a great track.
I
I like the track. The song with steam powered trains in the title. You know I'm going to like it.
If that's trains in it, Briar's on board. Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Wait, I wasn't even planning on doing that in sync.
Okay, but yeah, this is a really good song. The jamming is just top notch. I feel like you're gonna like Australia though. Australia, it's not bluesy. It's like great jamming, but like it's more of a pop song though.
Mm-hmm.
Next song on the album, Big Sky.
Oh my goodness, I just read the back of the album. This is hilarious. Sorry for diverging a little bit, but the album credits says I R Michael Charles Avery, the drummer. I B Peter Alexander Quaife, bass player. I is David Russell Gordon Davies, guitarist. I am Raymond Douglas Davies, singer. They are Brian Humphreys, Alan McKenzie, who contributed, and you are our friends for buying the record.
That's funny.
What do you guys think of Big Sky though?
It's pretty good. I like the part at the beginning where it's like big sky went about in the big sky.
This is another one of my least favorite on the album. Maybe my least favorite, to be honest. For me, it was a really boring song. I guess after what we heard the first four, and I got to this one, I'm like, oh wow, this is like not doesn't have that fun pop sound to it that I like. So yeah, it was one I didn't like.
Maybe if you let it, maybe it's probably a song that will probably grow on you when you listen to
Okay.
it. You think
Maybe.
You think this will be an album you listen to often, or is it just
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
funny.
one of
Yeah.
those sorry.
It's one I want to buy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an album that that will grow on you for sure. Not album. This song will grow on you more as you listen to it. I wasn't as big into it either. I'm going to be honest. So now it's one of my favorite songs on the album. It's very creative. The beginning and the spoken bit, and I love the part when it's like "Big sky's too big to cry, people like us to see, people like you and me." My favorite part of the song is when it like gets slower and it's like, and when I feel that the big sky is too big to me, I feel of the big sky. It's just like it's like almost all the instruments cut, kind of like how Lazy Old Sun was, but like almost always just like. I love this song, but yeah, I get where you guys are coming from. I love this song though. It's one of my favorites. Well, you guys, Jason, you got what you asked for. The next song's another one of the fun pop songs, "Sitting by the Riverside."
Sitting by the riverside.
I thought this was kind of a weird song. I can't quite put my finger on what it is. At first, it has this old school style to it. I don't know, like very retro sound to it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's this like kind of psychedelic piano sound to it. I don't know if those are the right words. Those are the words
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Okay. To me, there's almost a slight psychedelic with a mix of some kind of old school stuff. I don't know. It was a weird song to me. It's not one of my favorite.
The piano. I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's good.
I think the song's amazing. It's like has like the fun pop nature of the first four songs, but like it has a little bit of psychedelicness into it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to say it's like a full blown psychedelic song like Lazy Old Sun,
Right.
but it's close to being that.
Yeah.
I will say though, the first side is amazing and it's great, but to me, when you flip over the record, that's when you get to the cream of the crop. Next song on the album, side 2 opener, "Animal Farm."
Animal Farm. on Animal Farm.
Yeah, I put this as a good song. I like this one. Animal Farm makes me think of George Orwell's Animal Farm. I don't know if there's any connection. I
No,
know
no,
they talk about animals in the song or whatever.
yeah, it has nothing to do with that. It's just
Okay. I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, overall, I like it. Not as good as the first four. I think are like the best songs on the album, but this was better than the last three. I thought it was the album to me flowed like four absolutely amazing songs, three not so good songs, and then after that, it's good songs from then on. But yeah,
I like Animal Farm. I think this is a great song. It's
I
fun.
think this is one of the best songs on the album. I think this is one of the best songs. Period.
yeah,
It's another song that just makes me feel good. It's just the pigs and the goats on Animal Farm, my animal home. Such a I love this song so much. One of my favorites. Next song on the album, Village Green.
This song is amazing. La 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 la. We talk about the village green.
I miss the Village Green.
It's very Baroque.
it's the most. That's why I wrote my notes. It's the most Baroque song I think on the album, which I like. I like the Baroque sound to it. Yeah,
Kind of about like a guy who lived a quiet life in the village green, went away and became famous, and then come back to see how it changed.
Yeah, it's funny that we have a Village Green Preservation Society and then Village Green on the same album. It's like similar titles to it, but that's another I think a really solid song on the album.
It was actually recorded for this album.
Oh, really?
Okay. Yeah,
really. It's got like some like clarinet on there.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's funny, but it's like all the people are at the end it says that all the people are going to come back because the village green is where he lived and say, gosh darn it, isn't it a lovely view?
I think this is one of the best songs that they ever did. It's amazing. It's, another one of my favorite songs. It's just one amazing.
Every song you're like, this is one of the best. I'm like, okay.
For me, I just think it's just one amazing song after another.
I miss the village green.
Next song on the album, Starstruck.
Starstruck, baby, starstruck, baby, you're starstruck. Baby.
One of the best songs on the album. I really love this song. As one of the best melodies, I think, in the album. Really good song. Yeah, it's this along with those first four. I love those songs.
Yeah,
I agree. This is amazing. This was actually the B-side to Picture Book.
Okay, that's good A-side, B-side then.
yeah, I like Starstruck as well. It's very catchy. I love the starstruck baby, oh starstruck baby, starstruck on me. Ray Davies this voice is just it's him.
Is this one where he sings everything, Nick, or?
He sings on every track on this album.
I didn't think the other brother.
Didn't Dave Davies do Wicked Annabella?
Nope, Ray Davies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. I will say one thing that's sorely missing on this album is a Dave Davies song. Before, when we were talking about the early Kinks albums, me and Jason, we were like, we don't need any Dave Davies songs like "Beautiful Delilah." Now now I don't know if you agree with me or Jason with this, but now I'm wanting a Dave Davies song.
I could have sworn that was him on Wicked Annabella though.
Huh.
No.
Yeah, he got better with the last album. I think
like Death of a Clown, Love Me Till the Sun Shines. Like we need a song like that on this album, but that's it's crazy. That's the one song that's a song like that's preventing this from being my favorite album. Because this has all the makings of being my favorite album, but not having a Dave Davies song on it hurts it just a tiny bit.
Plus, there's another album by your favorite band.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
It's just that combined with that. That's just
wait, what?
Yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I think this song's freaking amazing. I love Starstruck. It's just Starstruck.
Just a
Ba, ba, da, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 do, 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 do. Great song.
Yeah.
Next song on the album uh, is a song about Alice in Wonderland's cat, phenomenal cat. Not her cat, but
The
the cat
Cheshire.
from Alice in Wonderland.
Ah, okay.
What do you guys think about that song?
Cheshire Cat. It's kind of an odd song. Apparently, this is supposed to be the part of the album where they tell the fairy tales to the people in the village green. This and Wicked Annabella. It's supposed to like the fairy tales that they told to the kids in the village green. It's a really weird song, especially with the high pitched thum thum diddle die dum. But it's still really cool. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah, interesting title to that.
And the cat like sat and ate himself through eternity. It's like what?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember that. I thought, what? That's a weird. That's right. Ate himself to eternity. I'm like, what is that? Yeah, of course, I thought about Nick and Briar. I was like, I wonder if they like this song.
I love
Yeah,
this song.
cats.
Cat. I thought it was an okay song. Like, again, not top tier, but still a decent song. Not one I probably go back to as much, but yeah, I do love the title though, The Phenomenal Cat.
That's fair. I love this song though. I love that part with like la 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 fa 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 fa. It's so unique. It's so weird. It's so Kinks. Actually, you know what? This song sounds more like something that the Small Faces would do at this time. It sounds like something that like I don't know. It sounds like a Small Faces song.
Sounds like an All Guns Gone Flake.
Yeah. Yep. Hovery.
Next song on the album, All of My Friends Were There.
This is the most odd song on the album. We already had the odd song with the cat, but I like this song better than the Phenomenal Cat song. It's really frantic. It's just like pa 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 ba da da ba da ba. It's like he has a weird dream that he's performing and all of his friends were watching him or something like that. And all of my friends were there, stopped instead.
Yeah, I really like the song. It was one. It's towards the top half of my or top third or whatever I want to call it of the album, since there's like 15 songs on this album.
It's very unique.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Yeah, it's definitely one of the best ones on here.
You know what's funny is that this album they wanted it to be a double album. They actually recorded
Really?
a lot of songs.
I was wondering with so many songs.
There was actually. Hold on 1 second.
My guess is the songs are so short that they're able to fit on one.
Yeah.
I actually like this. If you ever do plan on buying the album, you might actually like this. It's actually shorter. It doesn't have the steam powered song or Big Sky
Really?
or the last song on side one. The basically three least favorite songs. I forgot which country this one's from, but this basically this was the original track listing and the original album cover, but they changed their mind and there were already copies of this being made and they're like being sent down. They're like, no, we're just gonna send this one out. This has a lot of the songs from the album, plus two singles called "Days" and "Mr. Songbird." So you might actually be interested in picking up this copy if you ever do, either that or a remastered copy of this.
Okay.
I just wanted to give you your options. But people, all my friends were there. Such a fun song. I love the waltzy nature to it. My days went by. I walked around dressed in the disguise. I wore a mustache and I parted my hair and gave the impression I didn't care. But all the embarrassment, all the despair. It's like, it's a fun song and I really like it.
Humorous.
Yeah, I just every time I listen to it, I just can't help but do it. just like bounce around to it, just bounce to it. Oh, it's a great song. Love it so much. So far, not a single negative review with me. As you can tell, I like this album.
Oh yeah.
Next song on the album is their last psychedelic song that they ever did, Wicked Annabelle. Annabella.
Yeah, I thought this was the best guitar work on the whole album. Is what I wrote down. Is I really like the guitar on here, and I don't know. We don't talk probably as much about guitar on Kinks. Sometimes it stands out, sometimes it doesn't as much, maybe. But some really good stuff here, I think. And I thought it was a good song.
I'm surprised you like their psychedelic songs because some of their especially Lazy Old Song. I was really surprised you liked that one.
Yeah, I like. I like.
Oh, Lazy Old Son is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like the weird effect on his voice, but that kind of works for this song. It's got really good guitar. Another kind of one of those fairy tale-ish kind of songs is like "Don't Go Near the Witch's House." But it's probably the most rocking song on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's their most rocking and it's their most psychedelic song on the album. And it's funny too. Is I said this to Scott already, and I told this to you, Jason, as well. Is that they don't do psychedelic music at all, really. But when they do it really well. Like, imagine a 1967 album with them just doing psychedelic songs. How great that would have been.
Yeah, kind of surprised they didn't do that. Go the route of the Beatles did Revolver and like Sgt. Pepper's. Kind of went a little more psychedelic with those albums, but
it was in my opinion, I feel like it was a missed opportunity for that. Yeah. And I just looked it up, Scott. You were right. This is the only lead song for my favorite Kink member,
wow.
Dave Davies. I know. I said a lot of crap about him for the first two albums, but he's my favorite member because
he's your favorite member.
Favorite songs by them.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm glad he was able to at least sing on an album. But again, we are missing that Dave Davies written track.
I was thinking, like, I could have sworn when we've listened to this album for the first time, like, Nick, you told me that this was Dave Davies singing on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I could have sworn it was just like Ray Davies, but I was wrong. I was right before, but then I was wrong. Thank you for questioning me, Scott, because I would have never looked it up. But yeah, that's the biggest thing we're missing though is a Dave written track because I don't know. It's just having all Ray Davies tracks after knowing how great Dave Davies is as a writer is just a missed opportunity. Anyways, going beyond that, next song on the album is Monica.
Monica knows you there.
I didn't really write much on this, except I gave it an okay score. So, but I'm starting to kind of forget the songs at the end of this album because once you get to the end, I need to listen to the album more because it's 15 songs, and so I start forgetting stuff. But I've said it's an okay song on my notes, but
it's pretty good.
I really enjoy this song, but yeah, this is probably my least favorite of all 15 tracks. I still think it's amazing, though. I still would rank it an S tier Kink song, so I still really enjoy it. Last song on the album, People Take Pictures of Each Other.
People take pictures of each other. Fathers take pictures of the mothers, and the sisters take pictures of the brothers.
Yeah, another picture song on the same album, kind of interesting. Didn't like as much as Picture Book. It was great. This was okay though. I thought it was a decent song.
Still pretty good.
Yeah, I think the song's amazing. I think this song closes out the album perfectly. I think the song's really good. The only one who says that. I really like this song. What is your guys' top 5 songs?
My number 1 is Village Green. That song is insanely good.
Village Green, okay.
Number 2 is the Village Green Preservation Society.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Picture Book.
Number 4, people take pictures of each other. I'm just kidding.
Number 4, Do You Remember Walter?
Okay.
And number 5, Starstruck.
Okay, I have a similar list. Number 5, I have Johnny Thunder. Number 4, Do You Remember Walter? Number 3, Starstruck. Number 2, the Village Green Preservation Society, and then number 1, Picture Book.
I honestly don't have a top 5 because all 15 of these songs are so good. I'm just gonna name some of my favorites: Village Green Preservation Society, Do You Remember Walter? Picture Book, Big Sky, Village Green, Animal Farm, All My Friends Were There, and People Take Pictures of Each Other. Those are just songs that I constantly go back to. I don't know if I mentioned Star Trek. If I didn't, that song too. But yeah, this is just the perfect album in every sense of a way, in my opinion. But what's your guys' score on this?
I'm going to give it a 9.25 out of 10. I was going to give it a 9 out of 10, but I thought Nick would kill me if I gave Tornado by Yes a higher score than the Village Green Preservation Society.
Okay.
So I'm going with a 9.25.
Music's subjective, so if you did do that, I wouldn't kill you.
I'm not going to. I love this album.
If you said Mr. Wonderful is better than this album, like if you said like, oh, this is better, this album's the best
No,
album.
Mr. Wonderful sucks.
Let's say if you said Mr. Wonderful is better than this, I might have to get a little upset.
Yeah, my thoughts on this album is that I think it was a funner pop album than the last three. Last 3 albums I gave 8 out of 10s. I thought were good, but this I thought was a funner pop album, which is what I want out of the Kinks. I think their best stuff is their fun pop songs. And it's funny when I listen to the album, like the first 4 songs are just so good. Like they start you off really good on this album with those first 4. And then there's 3 songs right in a row that I don't like. And it's like the only songs I don't like on the album. They happen right in a row. And then it goes back to being pretty good. So overall, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a good album.
Yes. But 10 is your favorite Kinks album. Yes.
I think
okay.
That's my
cool. I was gonna be afraid to be like, I still think King Controversy is my favorite. I would have been like, oh, I disagree, but okay.
No,
this is where they get really good.
This is my favorite album so far. The top 5 songs are the best top 5 I think of any album the Kinks have done so far. I think my 5 favorite are just really strong.
Okay, great. This is gonna be where I say some controversial things. This album was released the same day as the White Album, and I think this album's like a trillion times better than that. Like after listening to the White Album and having so much crap on it, and then opening this out, and then just first listening to the first track on this, and I'm just like, yeah, this album's way better. Just like after having to go through the White Album at work and then like playing the first song on this album, I'm just like, as soon as I listen to it, I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm so glad I'm listening to this now. Sorry, Jason, I know it's in your top 100 albums, and I'm not trying to crap on you for saying that. I know Cramser really likes that album. That's the only, from Taste Like Music, that's the only album. That and Abbey Road are the only albums he gives a 5-star rating. So you're not even the hot take guy even really likes the White Album. There's a lot of variety on it. There's a lot of
villain variety.
Care less about. What's that, Scott?
Vaudeville and variety.
But yeah, this is in my top 25 albums, so that's gonna make it an 11 out of 10. Because it's just special. It's a special album. It's
11 out of 10.
It's perfect. It's a perfect album. The fact that this didn't chart at all, but in the White Album went to number 1 just disgusts me. It gets me pissed off, actually. I'm like, how did that album go to number 1? There's like so much crap on it. Meanwhile, this album is a perfect album. It's just like, it just proves how crappy how little to do the chart success means to how good the albums are in general. So that's just my that's my rant for today.
It's because it's the Beatles, baby.
It's like an iPhone brand. It's like the Beatles were like a brand at that time. It's like you have to buy it because
1968. Yeah.
you know what pissed me off more? This album didn't chart, but Mr. Wonderful did. That pissed me off.
That is okay.
How
Hold
did that album
up.
go to number 3 in the UK and this album didn't go nowhere? It just
Hold up. What?
it went pretty high in the UK. I think it. Hold on, let me check before I get.
This
back.
album is so much more inventive than Mr. Wonderful. It's not even funny.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now, but the fact that that album even charted in the top 10 and Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful went to number 10, but still, like, the debut went to number 4. How did the debut do better than this album? It's
I
just
have no
rare, crappy blues. Like
Beyond
all the best things you want in a pop album. Whatever. Who cares? I don't care anymore. At least, even today. Well, nowadays, like, well, when this thing got re-released in the box set, it charted at 62, and that's still low of a score compared to like if Pet Sounds and Abbey Road were like, well, if Pet Sounds was re-released today, it would be number 1. So it just goes to show how underrated the Kinks are, and the fact that they went to their highest album went to 380. That just proves how underrated they are.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can only think of one album I like better than this album, and it's the
Right.
New Sellout. That's the only album I could definitively say I like better. And even then, there were times where I'm like, this might be my favorite album, but then of course I throw on the Who Sellout, and I'm like, yeah, that's. I think that album's better slightly, but
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Nick. I like the Who Sell Out better than the Village Green Preservation Society.
But yeah,
I think I like this album better.
Really?
Yeah.
This album's amazing. I going through all the rants and all that. I think this album's freaking amazing. Anything you guys like to add or say before we close out for today?
Well, I forgot about Australia. Arthur, because I was going to say with the next album we can make some real money, but
Actually, do you want to join us for the next 2 albums?
it just is going to depend on my schedule.
Okay, if you're available next Friday, you could definitely join us.
Yeah, I would say this, like, I guess I'll reiterate what I said. This is the best pop album I think they made. I feel like in the other albums, they had a couple good pop songs, but then they had some good stuff on their other albums. But I feel like they really hit their stride with the fun popiness. Like we said, the first couple albums, they tried to do some bluesy stuff, and it didn't work as well. So I think they definitely they started going in the right direction with was it Face to Face? They started going in the right direction.
Oh yeah, the Face to Face right there is when they started going.
Yeah, they started going the right direction, and then I think this definitely is where they're hitting the right style that they need to be in to be like the best Kinks. This is definitely their unique style. I think it has a unique sound to it. The Kinks, the last couple of albums like this one, that really stand out and make it a unique band compared to whatever else was going on in the 60s. All the other great bands are going on anyways, but yeah, so I'm excited. I haven't heard any of the other albums so far, so this is as far as I've gotten so far on the Kinks. But yeah, I like that they're going in a really fun pop way. I think is definitely helping them out.
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Next album, Arthur, which is behind me on the frame. Definitely looking forward to reviewing that album. This album is my second favorite album of all time, and Arthur is, I'm not going to say where it is, but it's in my top 10 favorite albums. So
yeah, you're really big on this too.
I love these 2 albums.
Yeah.
They're the least successful of their albums. And I'm like,
yeah, album
possible.
Didn't really do anything when it came out, from what I remember.
This is the rare cases where I think the critics were right. This is the rare case because the critics loved this album, The Village Green, and they loved Arthur. And this is like the rare cases where I'm like, you know what? The critics are right. The critics are right, and the UK audience is wrong.
Yeah.
But anyways, again, I don't want to keep on ranting. I just want to leave off on a good note saying We are the Sound Lab Studios Preservation Society. God save
Old millennials.
What's that?
Old millennials.
God save old millennials.
Townsends and music showcases.
Yeah, let me end it on that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. Just wanted to say that, and see you guys in the next one. So long.